What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks, back with another Moderna update video, ticker symbol MRNA, where we take a look at how Moderna stock has been trading recently, some key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Moderna stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. So a small red day today for Moderna, but we'll take a look at, the overall market and how it was today, and compared to that, Moderna wasn't too far off, which isn't necessarily bad news. So some news that we want to cover before we kind of get into the video and taking a look at kind of the deeper analysis of the stock itself. Are a couple things. The first one is that Qatar approves emergency use for Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, as they tweeted today. So that is going to be good news for Moderna. The other news is that they are providing or supplying 100 million doses to Colombia, 5 million doses to Taiwan. So all of that is great news for the company, right? We keep getting kind of some new orders or older orders getting fulfilled. So definitely great news as we look to move forward with, as we get closer to earnings too, right? Because that's coming up. So let's take a look at how Moderna stock traded today. Let me get rid of the indicators for just a second, and we'll see. So yesterday was a little bit of a red day, and that was kind of the disappointing one. But today, what we saw was a little bit of a push up, right? So right out of the gate, we sold off a little bit, and then we were pushing up 185, bounce off VWAP. We were looking really strong for a little bit there, and then we saw a nasty sell-off that took us all the way down to $176. But if you take a look at the overall market, so whether that's NASDAQ, that was down 0.25%, and then the fall there, or you take a look at the Dow Jones, which is actually slightly up for the day, and the fall there, or the S&P 500, where we see the same pretty much fall happen, right? S&P went from 390s to 387 in a matter of minutes, right? It's not, look, if it's trending downward and maybe we end up from here to here over the course of the day, that's fine, right? But these type of drops are the scary ones, where you see these huge red candles every minute, and that can get kind of scary. So that's what was happening today. So when you take a look at Moderna, right, it wasn't really any different. But after that, like a lot of other stocks, again, it wasn't really able to capture some of that momentum that I had before. So we got rejected by VWAP, broke above VWAP barely, rejected by VWAP, and then we kind of ended the day down. So what I did like is this initial push that we had at the beginning of the day showed me that we were kind of trying to push up again. What I don't like, obviously, is after this sell-off, right, the VWAP was not something. So if you see here, right, we were above VWAP and we came down and we didn't want to go below it, but afterwards we couldn't make it above VWAP. So that's something to keep in mind. And then the distance between the VWAP and where we ended was also pretty big. So that's what we had today. If you guys remember from the previous videos, we looked at this trend down, we looked at this really quick rise up, we talked about the cup and the handle, and although we did make a higher high, the handle did not really lead to a breakout the way that we were kind of anticipating it would. So I would call that a failed breakout, but we did set a new all-time high, so hey, it's not all that bad, right? And now we are consolidating, right? Which is totally normal to do after, what we have seen Moderna stock do. So what do we have coming up from levels of support, levels of resistance? The first level of support we have is today's low, I think, 176, generally that 175 level probably, which I think, has been kind of support the past couple of days here. So I could draw another line right here for us. Matter of fact, I will draw another line here for us. Right? And that's not, a perfect level that you can look at, but it's a kind of general level in the 177s, right? So 177 is the first level that we got. If we keep dropping, we got 172 coming up next, which is also the AEMA, which is the 172.94 level. So we got those two coming up. And then if we keep dropping, we got 164 level next. Now, one thing to keep in mind is we have earnings coming up in about 2 weeks, which I think could be good or bad, right? The earnings per share is still negative even after the amount of sales that they have. So that's not crazy good news, but it is a growing company, so not abnormal either. So what I think could happen here is we could take a little bit to consolidate, and then maybe we see a run into earnings hitting that 200 mark right before earnings, but that's just my speculation. We could go down to the 8 EMA in my opinion, as we've done kind of over the course of this run, and then kind of bounced up from there. That's what I'm guessing, right? But if we get some bad news, or good news, it could really push it either direction. The thing with Moderna right now is it's so news based. If we get any bad news about, the vaccine, it could push it down. If we get good news, we could see it pushed up just a little bit. But if not, if everything stays kind of normal, wouldn't be surprised if we take a little bit to consolidate, kind of establish this base of either the 177s, or as this 8 EMA comes up, we establish that base, and then we start to push up a little bit into earnings. And then depending on how much we push up into earnings, if at all, we could see a little sell the event after, where we go down. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Again, not a great breakout there, but we did make a new all-time high in the 189s 2 days ago, so that was exciting to see on Monday. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys are trading or investing in Moderna, and I'd love to chat with you guys. As you guys know, I sold a third of my position at 145. My average cost was in the low 110s, 112, 113, I believe, and then I sold another third in the 170s. So I'm still holding a third and kind of seeing what happens, right? Remember that with the amount I've sold, the remaining shares that I have, technically I could, go down a lot on and still make out well on the overall kind of amount of Moderna that I bought, which isn't a big percent of my portfolio, right? But it's still, enough that I'm selling it in thirds, and I bought it in kind of chunks as well. So we'll see how Moderna is going to do. I'm really excited to see if it visits the 8 EMA or if it kind of takes a couple days and maybe just chugs right along and heads up, makes another new high, because it's been really, really strong as of late. So that's all I had for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you did, don't forget to drop that like down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on Moderna are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.